and welcome to another edition of the One Kindred, One Business Initiative series, brought to you by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government under the leadership of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. My name is Kenneth Amechi. I'm a professor of business and sustainable development at the University of Edinburgh in the UK. I also hold a chair in sustainable finance at the European University Institute in Florence, Italy. And I'm the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government, a job I do on a part-time basis. Today, we are discussing we have an interesting session that will focus on, beekeeping and snail farming. So it's my pleasure to welcome you. And we also have the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture in Imo State. And I'll invite him to say a word or two to the audience. Honorable Commissioner, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all the people on board this discussion. My name is Cosmos Mabeza Maduba. I'm the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security in Imo State. I'm happy to be called upon to participate in this exercise. And I welcome all of you. And I believe by the time we are through with this discussion, everybody will leave here more equipped in terms of information than we could have had before we started. So I welcome you to this discussion, and I believe it is going to go well. Thank you very much, Professor, for calling me on board. I'm here willing and ready to go and then do whatever that I think that is necessary to encourage the whole enterprise. Because our people actually need to benefit from this type of discussion. And I will do my part as the system progresses. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. I also want to invite our speakers. We have Emmanuel. Emmanuel, do you want to say hello to the audience? Emmanuel, if you're muted, maybe Jude, you want to start? You can say hello to the audience.
Okay, hello, the audience. My name is Jude Agbolono. I'm the director of Your Organics Farm. Thank you.
Okay, and Jude, what do you do?
I'm into snail farming and also mushroom farming too.
Okay, great. So, Emmanuel, please, do you want to introduce? So, do you want to say hello to our audience? Yeah, and say what you do?
Yeah. Good morning, audience. And my name is Emmanuel Ube. I'm a professional beekeeper and apiculturist, and I'm the president of Honeybee Farmers of Imo State. Thank you for being here with us today.
Okay, and if you are just joining us and wondering what the One Kindred, One Business Initiative is, here is a clip to guide you.
Susie, name I hope some. What did you alone? No, your company.
You see one name, Mbadu Dodo. Oh, you call Royal Company with her. Eh, Horom Namuke, Wakoro OKOBI.
Eleke OKOBI. Eko to penye mazo. Ahu shele manya. Ahu mchorenye maka.
Yabuni inube maka OKOBI. Ngwagente. OKOBI watu matoma government hiwere. Iji kocha po obiam na akpundi mmadu isi agara. OKOBI gekewa puto ohere ọrụ. Maka gio, maka ọha obodo gị niile. Naanị legharị anya gburugburu gị. Chepụta nnọọ ihe ọbụla gị na ụmụnne na ụmụnna gị, ndị enyi ma ọ bụ ndị obodo gị nwere ike ịgbakọta aka mepụta ya mma dịka ịzụ ọkụkọ, azụ, oke bekee, ịkọ pineapple, ịsụ mmanụ nkwụ ma ọ bụ mmanụ aṅụ na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Unu hazichi usoro eji eme ya ka ọ bụrụ ihe ga-amịpụta ego. Unu agbapụzie ya ọsọ ga-akpọtụrụ onye ji ọkwa Chief Economic Advisor n'ọchịchị steeti Imo. Ọ ga-agbazi unu olu nye unu ntụziaka hazie ụkpụrụ a ga-eji mee ya ka ọ kwụsị ike ma mịta ezi mkpụrụ. Ọ ga-enyekwa aka n'ikewapụta ohere ọrụ nye ndị na-achọ ọrụ n'obodo.
Biko nye m akara ekwentị ha ka mkpụ ahụ ozugbo.
Ngwa were ihe dedata ya 0701 351 2035 0701 351 2035 maọbụ 0911 436 0076 0911 436 0076 ịkpọrọ ha ị ga-enweta ọsịsa maka ihe niile gbasara OKOBI. OKOBI wa atụmatụ bụ ịgba Shared Prosperity Government nke Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. OKOBI ụmụnna wike ọwụ ha agha.
Okay, welcome back. Honorable Commissioner, people are now jukulan sele here emege now, especially when the farming season is around. Now I wonder whether you can help share with our audience some of the things your ministry make upon now.
Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome to this day's edition of the webinar on One Kindred, One Business initiative of Imo State Government, which is promoted by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor. In today's edition, we are talking agriculture, we're talking beekeeping, we're talking snailry or snail farming. So it promises to be very exciting, and I encourage everybody to stay glued and listen because we have a lot to take home from this edition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Honorable Commissioner, over to you, sir.
Okay, mine is just to tell you that the government of Imo State is very interested in agriculture. Yes, it's going to be a source of securing food for our people, and agriculture is equally for the sake of making money for the farmers and helping to stabilize the economic situation in the land. Under the leadership of the governor, I've been mandated to make sure that the issue of food security is guaranteed and agriculture generally is encouraged at all levels. And I'm willing and ready to do exactly this. On the part of the government, we have divided our role. First and foremost is to take the message of this action plan to our people in the rural areas, including our youth and our women. And how will we achieve this? We have our extension workers all over the communities in Imo State, who have their presence at the local government levels, and they interface with us at the ministry and with the ADP. So what happens? They gather the actual demands from our rural farmers and articulate them together and escalate it to here. And by the time we are able to get this information, then we will address them accordingly. And for instance, those that require intervention in terms of inputs, we will try to make this inputs available. Some of them the state can procure and give free, we do. The ones we can bring in and reduce their prices so it can be affordable, we equally do. So this is what we are doing in the direction of mobilizing our people and letting them realize that the issue of agriculture become an emergency and everybody should go back to it as a way of sustaining our people and as a way of empowering our economy. So the government is doing this through the provision of fertilizer to farmers and other required inputs like herbicides, insecticides, and also other working farming implements like tractors. We can rent tractors to them. The ones we can do free, we have to prepare the land for them to farm and reduce cost imperatively. And when this is done, of course, at the end of the day, the products will not be as expensive as our people won't be able to afford. So this is part of the approach we are doing. And in terms of people who are in animal husbandry, we're equally providing materials, agriculture, the demands of their animals. For instance, few weeks ago, the government brought in about 15,000 bags of maize. These maize have been distributed to farmers who are involved in poultry and piggery. And this government directed that I should give to them free of charge. I'm not charging any amount of money from anybody. I'm not selling it to anybody. We try to find out the size of the operation each farmer does, and we provide material that will commensurate to the size of this operation. So for those whose farms are very big, we are giving them reasonable numbers. Those whose farms are not as big as this, we stepped it down. I stepped it down to the very small ones in order to encourage them to continue to do what is needful to make food available to our people. We believe that when people are hungry, they are disorganized and nothing works, both at the level of the individual and the level of government, because the people make the government. Therefore, we want to establish an equilibrium whereby they are doing what they're supposed to do and encouraging government. In this regard, when they are in famine and they are producing products that are sufficient enough to be made available in the markets, definitely our people will assess these products at a very reasonable price, and that will help to give the government some leverages. So we are doing this, and even before this time around, there's a program which the government carried out during the last Christmas that is called Nigerian Cares at the national level and at the state level, IMO Cares. We equally use that opportunity to provide some inputs, fertilizer, whatever, a lot of these inputs to our farmers, those in poultry, those in cropping, those in tree crops, and all over. Even those are doing cassava. So we procure the fertilizers of different types, and we give to them free of charge also. And now the government have directed that our extension officers should start articulating the number of these farmers at different levels. And when they are able to gather this data, they will escalate it here, and we will make a comprehensive data that would wish to confront their problems. Because when you don't have an idea of the number of the people who are operating your system, it is actually very difficult to plan their interventions. So that is what my ministry is doing, and we call it data assemblage program. And in this system.
Okay, Honorable Commissioner, in the interim, so those people, it seems you're also working with farmers associations.
Yes,
so
yes.
We encourage people to join these different associations, because it can also be an easy way of reaching out to the people.
Yes, yes, definitely. At the state level, we have what is called AFAN. It's All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Imo State chapter. And within this, we have what is called commodity heads. The head of poultry, the head of piggery, the head of cassava, the head of rice, the head of so on and so forth. So what we do is that whatever intervention the government is going to do is passed through this mechanism so that it gets to the right people, those who are actually in farming proper, not those who are farming with their mouths and they do not have any place they can call their own. So at the moment, my advice is that whoever that is involved in farming at all levels, try to identify with your own association, your commodity head, and get registered. The moment this is done, what it means that anytime the government is coming in terms of intervention, you are going to be included. This will make it easy for us to assess these people properly and be able to deliver the support that they need to, at the end of the day, increase yields. Because what I want to do is to increase yields. When the yields are increased, basically the prices will drop, and our people will have access to food, and they'll be happier than they could have been before we come on board. This is a target I want to achieve, and I'm willing and ready to do that. The governor in particular, is very ready to support me, and I'm equally very ready to support the farmers through the instrumentality of these associations and the heads, the commodity heads. I will have access to these farmers, and then we do the needful at any given point in time. The ones who have challenges of land in the rural communities will liaise with the traditional rulers and see to what extent we can help them access land and continue to do their farming. And those who are here that been able to arrange facilities where they operate their businesses, we're equally going to intervene, give them the necessary supports, and make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do. The one thing that is clear too is that the workers, as long as the government is now ready and willing to support them, they must equally be ready and willing to support the government. And what do I mean by this? They should continue to do the needful, apply the materials whatsoever is given to them appropriately, so that can achieve that result that is expected.
Okay, so Honorable Commissioner, just not to cut you short, but some farmers now complain about that they are not going to farms because of one hedge. So you talked about the tractor. So do you want to reassure our people that they can have access to things like that when the time comes? No. And then the second one, well, maybe if you can answer the two together, we have Banyere insecurity, because when people talk about farming these days, they say, oh, I'm in insecurity. Having a problem with headers and so on and so forth. So do you want to allay their fears in that regard?
First and foremost, I will address the first one, then I will join the second one in your questions. The issue of intervening through equipments like tractors and what have you, when the farmers organize and they have a platform, let us local government by local government, it's then very easy for us to go there, and because they're organized, we can then in a portions on time, farm by farm, and they move around and help them by local government. But if they're not organized, we cannot just move a machine from here, for instance, to Sunjaba, where I come from, attend to only one farmer there, and take the machine back here. The cost of this is very expensive, and the government will not be able to handle it. So that's why I recommended that they should identify with their associations, organize themselves, relate with my extension workers, and feed me back with their demands. Then I will approach it and get the issues resolved. Definitely the government is willing and ready to send in equipment, prepare their farmlands, so that they reduce costs through this process. The other one of security. No, the security is an issue that concerns everybody. It's not only government. The community leaders, the SAs, the Royal Highnesses, and even the president of town union and the religious leaders. We should continue to preach to our people that this issue of insecurity is affecting us economically, and disorganizing our farmers are not encouraging them to go to their farm to do the needful. If this information are made available and the people are buying it, because when they are presented by their people, they take it more seriously than when the government is even saying it. And we cannot continue to talk about people from the Fulanis intervening. Some of these activities of destruction are locally made. They are done by our people, and our people should be discouraged. Government is doing everything to support this process, and the locals and the farmers themselves should equally cooperate. How would they cooperate? Let them make the information available to us of characters that are not proper, they are found out in the areas, so that we can do the appropriate intervention. You don't understand that the government is willing and ready to our children who are disorganized and are running from one bush to the other to come here and surrender, so we can put them back to the system after removing radicalism. We can put them back to the system where they can be more useful. And agriculture is a platform that is already available for them to take advantage of.
Okay, fine. Honorable Commissioner. Ndị onye ga-ekwenụ ntị na-achọrọ reach out to you. Enwere nọmba gị eji kpọọ gị ma ndị farmers ma ndị Imo State chọrọ ịma more about what your ministry is doing. Nwere ike nye anyị nọmba gị.
That's why I left Abuja to Imo. My numbers are available, my emails are available, my office is available. Even those who know where I live can come. My number is 0803 302 6584. This one is with me every time, whether in the afternoon, in the morning, or in the night. They can equally call me on 091 220 403.
Okay, we can order because people get dead.
First one is 0803
0803
302 65
84. Okay.
The other one is 091 22 0
22 again
403. They are equally both on WhatsApp.
Okay, great.
I will cannot access me that want to send email. Can send it to soon2003@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Personally, the personal email. So I can address it. I don't want them to send it where I cannot access it.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner. You got know with us. Can you now within the Emmanuel and Jude. Emmanuel onye beekeeping. So Emmanuel, we start from you. Again, introduce yourself and what you do.
Okay. Ndewono, ahanwo Emmanuel Ube. I'm an apiculturist, a beekeeper, and the president of Apiculture Association of Imo State. We are here in Imo State, and our major work is to promote bees and beekeeping, and to encourage our people to go into beekeeping as a viable option for sustainable livelihood. Bees and beekeeping contributes a lot globally. And even in the world state, bees and beekeeping contribute about $215 billion to the world economy. And in Nigeria today, Nigeria is one of the major honey consuming nations in the world, because Nigeria consumes about 400,000 tons of honey annually and produce less than 10%. And it costs the country close to billions of dollars to import some of this honey. And so some of this honey I import most times, which are no synthetic honey in a lab. So the advantage of beekeeping cannot be overemphasized, because apart from the honey, there are about 6 other bee products like pollen, propolis, bee venom, bee honey itself, wax, and other products. But the major advantage of keeping bees, one, is for pollination services. 85% of all agricultural activities or pollination depends on honeybee pollination. And for now, 95% of all white plants depends on bee for pollination. And without pollination, I again a successful agriculture. And part of the mandate of our association is to discourage the destruction of these bees. Bees are dying.
Hold on, Emmanuel, before the environmental conservation part. Only people right?
Okay.
So let's even address the issue. Only again first, after conservation.
So part of it.
Part of the survival. So
yes, when you conserve the environment,
let's assume when government by the side.
So I can know how to keep bees.
Hey, how does one make money from beekeeping? Put it down.
Yes, And another advantage on how much stress and when home with little input, you can start beekeeping. The major thing you need in a beekeep bees would the beehive. And it depends on the type each one. When Landstroth, when the top bar hive. Here in Imo State and in Nigeria, top bar hive is recommended, especially for African bees, because all the very cheap to construct and it doesn't involve much.
If somebody reaches out to you and says, but on your children, hive is rich and expensive. They go like
like EG 25,000, you can do it 20,000, 30, depending on the quality of the wood. And each hive, can stay up to 10 years.
10
or
years,
more.
Okay.
Yes, or more. So, and that money is spent is the only thing you are spending. You're not spending another money. Apart from maybe each or you may harvest on yourself. That's through the protective wear, the bee suit and the smoker. But the major thing you need is just the hive. And each hive, 20, 25, 30, can last for 10 years with good wood. And production-wise, I now harvest here 2 times in a season. And the season starts from maybe December to April or November to April. And you can harvest 2 times. And each one can give you between 10, 20 liters per harvest. So, and the honey now, the honor. A lot of people, most honey around, which are adulterated honey. Honey now, no, a liter of honey now above 10,000. And the market no there. The problem
so one hive in a season, how many liters go you
can I put Oya together, it can give us between 25 and 30 liters.
One hive?
In a yes, and you know we harvest 2 times.
Okay, and hive by he make money out 25,000 naira, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm commissioner for agriculture.
Okay, sir.
Because 20,000 to 25,000 in the equation one. The latest they share with 20,000. So start to shishim kawa bo ko gasta.
The complete with the iron stand. Don't want iron stand and it just stand there. Before now it used to be cheaper with the iron stand. Each way all the complete set.
So I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. We need that one I saw in the area so that Emerson need immediately with the number, get them with the number.
I'll be coming there.
Okay, no, but I'm going to get 10%. But let's press on. So yeah, how do I get him? How do you see your 25,000 or we not have or he not humble? Just
but in such a way. I'm into the business now. In such a way that everybody can afford it. Not
everyone will come to you, but on the average, the
on the average, I think I'm going to between 25. If you age that money manage here, I do too much. I got 30.
Okay.
We can manage it 25, 30.
We're starting from 20 to 30.
Yes, 20 to 30. Thank you. Because in my iron dagono now, I use iron to construct the hive stand. Then the aluminium for here, I use it for the roof. These are the 2 things that are now done. And those should be about Yaro before now, it was about 20,000. We can get it complete.
Emmanuel, how do you stock? What do you stock the place for you to go into business proper?
I trigger the hive. I measure the hive. We look for a suitable environment. Bees are not like everybody exposed to sun. More noise too much. So I need to everybody conducive for them. So when we have about bee attractant, I prepare it myself. Or you can use bee product. Hive.
Okay.
All the attract bees up to 3 kilometers. Yes. They now move from that place to wherever they have flowers because honey feed on flower to produce this honey. Yes. And then during the process of harvesting, honey is just one of all the 6 products. Bee wax, propolis, royal jelly, bee venom, and pollen. These are bee products. And some of these products is even more expensive than the honey. And the market, one good thing about beekeeping, and when any cost of feeding, you are not providing water, no drug, no food. So it has advantage because apart from that money, you are not spending any other money again. And when they're not trying to the business, the only time I spend they go, we maybe send somebody call their help or harvest, maybe collect a small money for harvesting. And when any other cost of production apart from this. So it is an area that our people should go into it because someone a very low capital to start off. And which
okay, hold your thought there. Can you because if somebody just joined us, this program is the One Kindred, One Business initiative brought to you by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government under the leadership of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
Susie, nne m ahụ gị bụ sọ mma. Ọ dị ka ị nwetala ọrụ n'oil company.
You see nwanne m mgbado udo o nweghịkwa ọrụ oil company m nwetara. Ihe hụrụ m na-amụke wụkwa aka ọrụ OKOBI.
Ele nke wụkwa OKOBI. Biko tupu enye m azụ, ahụ shele m anya. Ahụ m chọrọ enyemaka.
Ya bụ na ịnụbeghị maka OKOBI. Ngwa gee ntị. OKOBI wa atụmatụ ọma gọọmenti hiwere iji kpochapụ ụbịam na-akpụ ndị mmadụ isi aghara. OKOBI ga-ekewapụta ohere ọrụ maka gị o maka ọha obodo gị niile. Naanị legharịa anya gburugburu gị. Chepụta nnọọ ihe ọbụla gị na ụmụnne na ụmụnna gị ndị enyi ma ọ bụ ndị obodo gị nwere ike ịgbakọta aka mee mepụta ya mma dịka ịzụ ọkụkọ, azụ, oke bekee, ịkọ pineapple, ịsụ mmanụ nkwụ ma ọ bụ mmanụ aṅụ na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Unu hazicha usoro eji eme ya ka ọ bụrụ ihe ga-amịpụta ego. Unu agbapụzie ya ọsọ gaa kpọtụrụ onye ji ọkwa Chief Economic Advisor n'ọchịchị steeti Imo. Ọ ga-agbazi unu olu nye unu ntụziaka hazie ụkpụrụ a ga-eji mee ya ka ọ kwụsị ike ma mịta ezi mkpụrụ. Ọ ga-enyekwa aka n'ikewapụta ohere ọrụ nye ndị na-achọ ọrụ n'obodo.
Biko nye m akara ekwentị ha ka mkpụ ahụ ozugbo.
Ngwa were ihe jedata ya 07013512035 07013512035 maọbụ 09114360076 09114360076. Ịkpọrọ ha ị ga-enweta ọsịsa maka ihe niile gbasara OKOBI. OKOBI wa atụmatụ bụ ịgba Shared Prosperity Government nke Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
OKOBI ụmụnna wike ọwụ ha agha.
Okay, thank you. Before Mabubata, Dr. Okeanukwe, the co-moderator, Emmanuel, I'm just wondering, some people have said that Ebe were beehives, and when you labor him, do you want to convince people that they can build the house and still use the land for other things?
Yeah, yes. Even my own farm is a typical example. We planted different crops there. Keep bees na cocoa. If you get 10 hives in a place like 3 or 4, you will plant anything you want to plant. And moreover, bees make pollination service. Mandem into cucumber, watermelon, ose, tomato. Without pollination, you will not get well. So it's advisable to keep beehives close to your farm. Again, people because of how to handle the bees, especially when you don't go to disturb them. And you keep it in your farm, you get more yield, especially then into fruits, vegetables, and horticultural crops. So it's advisable to keep bees in your farm. They are friendly insects. Know how to handle them. They will not attack you. They are very good in our environment. So you can keep them in the farm.
On your community, should be doing here now, or an individual? All
depends. Like I told you, it depends on the capacity. Like when community, I got number last 2 weeks to go and set up. Now, we set up 100 hives for the community, and we'll be going there next week also to help
100
them.
Hives for 2.5 million naira. Right?
Yes.
On
and
the
for the next 10, yes. Somebody sponsored it. A member of the community that is abroad sponsored it because discovered that most of the youths are unemployed. And the market for the products are down. And when one market hang on outside the country in UK, in Belgium. So the person is ready to buy up whatever they produce. In fact, the target now is to do 300 hives. The market is down, and the other bee products like wax and pollen can also be harvested, propolis.
So when you invest that 2.5 million naira for the sake of argument, how long can it take for the person to recover that money, that investment?
Like I told you earlier, assuming I fix the hive this month now, or even next month, July, we are going to harvest by December and harvest again in March, 2 times in a season. Beekeeping has to do with season. It's not about the number of years. So within the season starts from November, December till April. So within these 6 months of season, you can harvest or even 3 times, depend on the location. So even if it gives you 10 liters times 100, and a liter is above 10,000. In fact, personally now we are selling a liter 12, 13, 14,000 in Imo State, a liter of quality honey. So assuming it gives you even 10 liters and run it for 10 years, it is highly profitable. And
okay,
remember,
just hold the thought there. Dr. Kanokwem, please.
Prof. Asenkan Keleonu, especially the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture. And Mekele. Because I want to ask Emmanuel, when you talk about 2.5 million, I think you're kind of talking on a very high side. What we are looking at is a minimal beehive that a group of persons can start within their financial reach. What can they start with? What amount, if you involve the wood, the metal, just like the Honorable Commissioner asked, what and how big or how small can a group of people start this business? 2.5 million is big. The way I'm looking at it, somebody sponsored abroad.
Sorry.
But internally, people can bring money together amongst themselves and say, let's start this thing. What do you advise? How much do you think they can use to start off and then begin to increase?
Okay. What I said earlier, I just gave an instance. I gave an example of a community in Anambra. I am not saying that it must be 2 points because a hive is just about 25,000. A group of people can come together and start with 20, 30, 40 hives. One hive is 25,000. So it depends on the capacity you want to start off with. So it's not about the 2.5 is too much. I just gave an instance. So in as a group or a cooperative, people that don't have much money, they can start with 10, 20 hives, and which is about 250, 10 hives. And that 250, one good thing about beekeeping, whatever you invest, you get it 3-4 times within that period. And moreover, there's no other cost. When you talk about other aspects of agriculture, like maybe if you're going to grow, you provide fertilizer, provide this clearing. In beekeeping, the only money you spend is in the hive, construction and development.
Okay, Emmanuel, before you continue, I think the 2.5 million naira may sound a lot, but if you're looking at some of our brothers and sisters now abroad, where dollars, pounds, they can appreciate.
Exactly.
Right? So that 2.5 million, when you would take $1,000,
yes.
That $1,000 maybe 1.5 million naira or something like that.
Exactly.
So man with $700 each can help a lot of people. So that people can see how their money making abroad can go a long way to support Munanyi. Because we are also encouraging a kindred. The member of a kindred doesn't necessarily mean it can be anywhere. But just to support here, Dr. Okanokwem.
Available. So all depends on the capacity. When you actually run, each of 1, 2, 3, a group of.
Honorable Commissioner.
For you, Emmanuel. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, sir. I'm with you, sir. Hello, we're together.
Honorable Commissioner, you can go ahead.
If I want 100 of these hives,
now
my local government,
yes,
how are they going to be positioned in terms of location?
Yes, if you have 100
to understand,
Hello.
Hello.
One hectare can take that 100, which is about 20 plus. Yes.
Okay, so here our conversation we can take offline. Honorable Commissioner, and we encourage him to do so. Some of us listening may want to do this for our people in different ways. But Emmanuel, before I let you go, business risk. Because
Yes.
I need to create this beautiful picture. Somebody I buy and that's going to follow it, right?
Yes.
So you need to tell us the possible risk this
the major risk beekeeping will be attack. And that thing can only happen when you are not properly trained. Then secondly, abscondment. From time to time, our bees here have the tendency to abscond. That means leaving the hive and running away. That abscondment is caused by two major things. One, disturbances. Secondly, by pests. So if you can control these disturbances, then reduce pests. Possibly, another one is provide water. You can put water in broken containers and drop it at the same corner. Or if people are living around, the bees can go around, pick the water. Lack of water can make them to run away. Then apart from this, there's no other risk involved, except maybe vandalization, but which is very rare because a lot of people, when I told you get babyism, and the only people that can go to a bee colony are local honey bee hunters. And moreover, wherever we put hive, in every village, every community, mandate keep local bee hunters. So what we'll do, we'll go to the bee hunters, tell them, once you inform them, and when anybody in that community that will have the fear and the gut to go and touch or vandalize your beehive. So these are the two challenges. Bee attack, that is bee stings. Oh, 0803.
0803.
87. 99. 103.
103.
Or another one. 0708.
0708.
333.
333.
Yes. 47.
47.
03.
03.
All of them know WhatsApp.
Okay, great. So on your number. Thank you very much. Just stay with us while we go to Jude. Jude, do you want to say hello to the audience again and say what you do?
Yeah, we provide free extension. Already.
Yeah, that's it. It shows we are working.
Yes.
Jude, over to you. Yeah.
Okay, the one in the back. I'm with Jude Abulano. I'm the director of Organics Farm. And I'm into story.
Okay, good. Snare farming.
Snare farming. Okay, snare farming. Anyone am a snare eju and really. So eju, a lot of people prefer eju than meat, normal meat, like nano or one known because some day they're conscious of their health. Most of them prefer snail.
Okay.
Yes.
So how big is the business? Or more about that.
Snail business is always very good business, and it depends on the input and the capital you put to the business. It can start with any amount of money depending on the kind of farm you want to set. You can different types of farming, like farmhouses. You can decide to own a pen or a greenhouse. Or when then decided to use tire, add some tires together, then get pH, sanitize the place. Then you stock your snails into it and start feeding them, and they make sure that adequate water supply on them as well.
So, what would you advise the person to do?
First of all, I'm giving advice for anybody that wants to start up snail businesses. First of all, you got to try a good land space. The environment you go, there won't be soldier ants and other pets that will disturb your farm. So then clear it and plant some important vegetables that the snails will eat, like vegetables. You can plant cucumber, you can plant cocoyam, and a few other things that they will need, especially plantain. They also like plantain too, and they like shade. A bit dry, like places in the cool that will be conducive for them.
So are you suggesting that one needs to have a farm for other things? Then you, I don't know, there are snails, I don't know, there. Or can snails be reared on their own?
No, snail cannot. It can only be a bit allow the soft, a bit allow the fertile soft, because they like to enter the inside the soil for them to lay their eggs. Snail will, or not like it, like he actually lay eggs, doesn't like to showcase itself, likes to enter inside the ground to lay eggs. Yes.
Oh, we're going to season there, yeah.
No, snail when season, the only season you'll be conscious of is during dry season, because they need constant water. Because if it's not supplied them constant water, they might start dying. And then we a lot of mortality rates.
But no longer, hanya mana se nwere mgbe eju na after. Oh, na afutacha na ọkọchị. Onu do mmiri mendi. So,
yes.
Ele he kono di reach.
Anyway, all depends on what you make it. Like my own, I'm into greenhouse farming. Greenhouse farming is setting up the farm. You know, plant vegetables, plantain, and sure that things. Then a gym net, guy around, measure very well, so that there will not be any flies or any pests from outside. Then I fumigate the environment and the soil as well. Then before I install the snails. So, and I feed them properly so that they will grow to jumbo size. To be able to.
What I hear mean by greenhouse?
Greenhouse.
Eh, Coca-Cola, ele onye no yo na gege ntị. Ele ihe kọwara ụtọ onye ahụ ga-esi aghọta.
Okay, greenhouse will in for snail. You don't need to roof it. You need to hit zinc or anything. Oh, it covers very well in the way that nothing else can enter inside except human beings that want to come and feed it. And they seal it properly in the way that nothing can enter inside. Even Ishi cannot enter inside. Okay. And the opening for rain can come inside. Rainfall can enter inside with a net, very good net.
So, onye you know this greenhouse now, here you go like how it cost.
Okay, the greenhouse itself, you can start up a greenhouse with up to 4 to 5 million. Greenhouse is expensive to start up a greenhouse, especially it all depends on the culture. If you want to start up with small greenhouse, you can start, but my own were large greenhouse, over very big, 100 by 50.
100 by 50. Let you meaning
by land, by mass.
I know. Our plot of land or half plot. What is 100 by 50?
Oh, a plot of land.
Okay. Oh, other ways people can understand what you're talking about.
Yes.
So, how many snails on this enclosure?
I'm up to 50,000 snails.
Wow, 50,000.
Yes.
So, only spend this 5 million naira around here now. How much can you use it to stock this? Is it part of the money to stock the farm?
It's part of the stock because hemorrhage is expensive because of the materials in the greenhouse before game install the snail.
No, I'm going to say this 5 million or the cost of both the greenhouse and
both the greenhouse and the snail.
We had to 5 million naira. That's yes. Roughly, right?
Yes,
and how long will it take somebody to recover this amount of money? The 5 million.
Just within call it a year and the 6 months, you even recover more than the money because snails they lay eggs 6 times yearly.
What's in between right? The 5 million.
Okay, the food are trying too expensive because you can go to the market and pick here all those unsold like watermelon, cucumber, all those banana and not you usually, then you can start to put it in the greenhouse. They eat it a lot. They also like to eat vegetables. Like they plantain, they like to climb on it, they eat all those things as well.
Okay, let us even do a rough math. Bear with me. Let's assume that for the sake of argument. On this farm. So you use 5 million G set up the farm. Let's assume you also have an extra 1 million for feeding. That's 6 million naira.
Yes.
And let's assume that the 5 people eat it there. Got 600,000 naira. or 720,000 naira by minimum wage, whatever it is today, right? Or even if say you're paying them 50K a month, that is each of them will be 600K. 600 times 4 will 2.4 million.
Okay.
So the 2.4 million plus the 7 million in eating here before, sorry, the 6 million. So you after about 8.4 million. Let's assume somebody makes that investment because you're taking care of the salary in that hangane. So when it comes to the harvest season, will I be able to get as much to cover the cost of the investment, if you see my point? Because I can decide to go into this business with a madam no put place on salary, hoping that Bani Garu Nangucha and come back. Would that be, do you think it would be a sensible thing to do?
Yes, just like I said earlier, my own greenhouse. My greenhouse, I don't know to the standard. Then when get choice use a pen, like in that you from small, can you start off with pen or tire?
No. Let us use your example. Let's assume when you want 10 million naira to spend.
Okay.
Do you understand? 10 million naira. I'm going to carry a ball. Only with 5 million. Only cause with 5 million. I said, let us empower 4 people or 5 people from our village with this snail business. And you run the greenhouse, place on a salary of minimum wage of 50K every month. So in all, the 10 million should be able to take that. My question now was that at the end of this 1 year, the harvest season, are we able to recover that 10 million naira?
Yes, because snails, the eggs they lay 6 times yearly, and each snail can lay 30 eggs per flush. Then if you have if I have up to 50,000 snails, calculate 30 times 50 per each one, and then it will give you a large quantity of snail. If a snail can be giving you 30 snail babies at a flush, then get check here within 1 year. You can see more profit. The more they're giving birth, the more your farm is expanding. You're getting more snails in your farm.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's making sense. Honorable Commissioner, you want to Chirija or Dr. Kano? Okay.
You know, I've always been an advocate of starting businesses little by little. As you move on, you have more experience of the business you're doing. Now I'm asking him, what minimal expenditure and a group of people, even if you don't have land, there could be a synthetic arrangement, like greenhouse. I understand it. When we visited Israel, we saw a lot of greenhouse farms, but that's big. Imagine one has space behind his house. Is it possible to start something like that? And how much do you think people could spend to start something like that and gradually continue to increase their snails? That's my question.
Okay, thank you for the question. Like I said earlier, every 3 types of snail housing, you can own a pen. A pen with energy block can use block to build your snail house and get with a net cover it with wood. Then the second one is you can use tire. This one's in the ones you can start up small. But then if you want to do a small greenhouse, you can start up a small greenhouse, build a small greenhouse, nothing as large as my own. Then you can start up with maybe 5,000 snail or 2,000 snail, depending on how you want it. What I gave you is just instance.
Okay, that's fine. Honorable Commissioner, do you have any other points to make? In case you are speaking, you are muted, but whilst you are unmuting yourself, Jude, are you able to leave your number in case people want to reach out to you?
Okay, my number is 080.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Okay, Honorable Commissioner is okay. Do you want to ask a quick question? Make a quick comment. Okay, Jude, we can your number.
Ekwuru so na snails na etinye plantain ọ na-adị mma. Na this eco plantain around ọ na-adị mma. Hem na-ekwu owo nke na-eme na greenhouse lekwana nga ga-akụ plantain ya.
Okay.
The greenhouse plantain n'ime greenhouse.
Okay, sir. Enwere dwarf plantain. Like plantain na own like in my own greenhouse, all the can grow there. Ndika hane anaghị eto above 5 feet.
Okay.
So all plantain can greenhouse.
Your number because time I know woman and you put a number in case people want to reach out to you.
Okay, 080
69
20
20
6653.
6653.
Yes.
What requires
080
69
20
20
6653.
6653. So thank you very much. Jovita from the office, do you have any quick comments to make? Okay, Honorable Commissioner, do you have?
Okay, yeah, from the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor, we want to encourage our people to try and key into this One Kindred, One Business initiative, and then try to set up businesses for their kindreds, come in groups, organize themselves, be it churches, be it communities, kindreds, and other groups, social groups, maybe old boys, old girls associations, and try to set up businesses, which is targeted at, creating jobs and making lives better for us in Imo State. And if you don't mind, I'd like to leave the numbers of the office so you can call us to get more information. 0911 4350 076. I'll take that again. 0911 4350 076. And then on WhatsApp, 0901158 9113. 0901158 9113. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner for making our time. I know he's a very busy man. I also want to thank my co-moderator, Dr. Okeanukwem, who's always been consistent. I thank my office members, Mrs. Jovita Agu, Ms. Adeza Shaheme, and Mrs. Adeza Waka. My name is Kenneth Amechi, and I wish you a pleasant weekend.
Susie, nne m ahụ gị bụ sọ mma. Ọ dị ka ị nwetala ọrụ n'oil company.
You see nwanne m mgbado udo o nweghịkwa ọrụ oil company m nwetara. Ihe hụrụ m na-amụke wụkwa aka ọrụ OKOBI.
Ele nke wụkwa OKOBI. Biko tupu enye m azụ, ahụ shele m anya. Ahụ m chọrọ enyemaka.
Ya bụ na ịnụbeghị maka OKOBI. Ngwa gee ntị. OKOBI wa atụmatụ ọma gọọmenti hiwere iji kpochapụ ụbịam na-akpụ ndị mmadụ isi aghara aghara. OKOBI ga-ekewapụta ohere ọrụ maka gị maka ọha obodo gị niile. Naanị legharịa anya gburugburu gị. Chepụta nnọọ ihe ọbụla gị na ụmụnne na ụmụnna gị, ndị enyi ma ọ bụ ndị obodo gị nwere ike ịgbakọta aka mepụta ya mma dịka ịzụ ọkụkọ, azụ, oke bekee, ịkọ painiapụl, ịsụ mmanụ nkwụ ma ọ bụ mmanụ aṅụ na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Unu hazichi usoro eji eme ya ka ọ bụrụ ihe ga-amịpụta ego. Unu agbapụzie ya ọsọ gaa kpọtụrụ onye ji ọkwa Chief Economic Advisor n'ọchịchị steeti Imo. Ọ ga-agbazi unu olu nye unu ntụziaka hazie ụkpụrụ a ga-eji mee ya ka ọ kwụsị ike ma mịta ezi mkpụrụ. Ọ ga-enyekwa aka n'ikewapụta ohere ọrụ nye ndị na-achọ ọrụ n'obodo.
Biko nye m akara ekwentị ha ka m kpọọ ahụ ozugbo.
Ngwa were ihe dedata ya 0701 351 2035 0701 351 2035 ma ọ bụ 0911 436 0076 0911 436 0076. Ịkpọrọ ha ị ga-enweta ọsịsa maka ihe niile gbasara OKOBI. OKOBI wa atụmatụ bụ ịgba Shared Prosperity Government nke Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
OKOBI ụmụnna wike ọwụ ha